And hello to everyone. Once again from here from Bendigo in central Victoria, the land of the Jar Jar Wrong, and I'd like to pay my respects to the elders past, present and future, and acknowledge that the struggles of the first people is our struggle too, and they are part of our class. We all fight the same enemy. Well, today is the 50th anniversary of the collapse of the Westgate Bridge, and where 35 workers were killed on that job when the main bridge span collapsed all those years ago in 1970. And I just want to talk a little bit about workplace safety in relation to the capitalist drive for further and further profit and during times of crisis. What we're seeing these days is a lot more safety breaches than ever before, and even this week. And I have to say, and I sadly say, a young apprentice, I believe a young apprentice glazier was killed on a construction site in Perth this week. I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday, and he was only a young man, about 20 years old, 21, I'm led to believe. Don't know the age exactly, but still, regardless, there was a young person inspiring to become a tradesman or tradesperson in life, and went to work and tragically was killed there. And what we're seeing, a lot more workplace injuries and a lot more workplace deaths will be increasing, unfortunately. In Australia, we have some great laws and regulations around safety and other standards and guidelines and codes, etc. But what we're seeing is, as I just mentioned before, further breaches of all those codes. It's all because it's in the name of driving for further and further profit. And the more they reduce the workforce and they expect one worker to do the job of 10, obviously safety is one of the first casualties. A worker's safety is one of the first casualties to go. And obviously for the drive for further profit, or even now in the era of ever diminishing returns, to try and find new sources of profit, worker safety take second place, not what's primary anymore. And so I just want to emphasise that even though we're in unions, those of us who are in unions and still keep fighting for much better safety standards across the industries and stuff, we always got to keep in mind that at the end of the day, that while the private profit system, aka capitalism, still exists, the workers' well-being, the way of life, and that is not taken into higher regard by the capitalist class, why they're seeking further profit. I just wanted to emphasise that on there as well, and I just want to take it as for all those Marxists, socialists, communists, whatever we want to call ourselves these days. At the end of the day, we're always keeping in mind too, it's not just our wages that get that, and our income gets attacked, as so is our safety and well-being. And we're going to see a lot more frequency of workplace. And I hate to say this, I'll just take back a minute. I'm going to hate to say this, but unfortunately, we're going to see a lot more tragedy, workplace tragedies and deaths, and severe injuries as well. But even to take into account the long-term effects it has on our physical and mental well-being as well. We still have a lot of workplace bullying we have to deal with, which causes long-term mental effects on people's mental health and well-being. Also, too, the physical effects as well we suffer from our jobs. When we would like to have a fruitful old life and retirement, and we wind up having a lot more medical complications than that. And 9 times out of 10, it's due in relation to our work practices when we're working full time or during our time of our careers. So that's something to always take into account. That even so, we might be able to, under capitalism, we might be able to gain some concessions. But for genuine safety of the working class, I think really by rights we have to do away with capitalism once and for all. Give it its deathbed. It is on the nose with everyone around the world, certainly on the nose here as well. But we need to now wake up to the fact that capitalism is the system itself that has to go, and replaced to a system of socialism where profits no longer reign in command, but the economy is centered around a central plan. It's properly constructed. Everyone's benefiting, and in that way too, we get to build a new country as well, and we can actually start generally dealing with some of these concerns. So, comrades, just wanted to share that little piece. I'll be doing quite a number of these little videos as well. A good friend. I regard him as good friend and comrade. Big shout out to Simon Wood there in Brisbane. Thank you for your suggestion as well. And I think we start these little videos first to keep your expansion, to keep you interested in that way. And I want to talk a little bit more what's happening here in this country. So I will be doing a little short videos over the weekend. And just a reminder as well for everyone that is watching, 10 o'clock our time in Victoria, or Australian Eastern Daylight Time, which is our daylight savings, 10 o'clock in the morning. Carla Morpin and Co will be organising a big Zoom-in or video conference for the CPI, the Centre of Political Innovation. You'll be able to watch it via Facebook or YouTube. And for those in Queensland, it will be 9 o'clock, because I understand you don't have daylight savings. And obviously 9:30 in the morning for Adelaide and South Australia, 8:30 in the Northern Territory, and obviously 3 hours behind in Perth will be 7 o'clock in the morning. So hope to see you there as well. And just once again, stay safe. We need you all in one piece for the further struggle ahead. Dare to struggle, dare to win. Thank you.